Hi, I'm meteorologist Amy Metz with the latest sombering report on Hurricane Dorian, which is now crossing over the Bahamas with Freeport next in the line of fire as far as major cities go. So far, what we've seen on the eastern shores has been devastating. Across the islands, there's major flooding, homes destroyed, cars gone, lives completely changed. And the storm is a huge size. We can see the outer bands are just now starting to affect southern Florida from Palm Beach down to Miami. We are hoping for this turn to come, which will eventually be coming, but as far as strength is concerned, we're not going to see major changes in any downgrading for a while, not until terrain plays in effect. We can see through the wind shear profiles here, it's very low. So where Hurricane Dorian is right now, just off the coast of Florida, we're looking at green values here, which is interpreted at 20 knots of shear, very low on a wind shear profile, meaning that it's not going to stop the hurricane or disorganize it in any way. It will keep spinning as far as wind shear is concerned. The next thing we're looking for here for some help with keeping this from hitting Florida and causing major devastation would be a turn to the north due to some high pressure off the eastern United States. But right now, this high pressure system is fairly weak. It is not closed off. You do not see a circulation going all the way around the high pressure. So as far as steering the storm is concerned, it's not a major contender like we'd like to see right now. What we do have helping out right now, we can see through the water vapor a little bit higher in the atmosphere that the wind is coming across the Gulf of Mexico towards the east and above the Gulf of Mexico. When we get into land there with Alabama and Georgia, we're seeing that the winds are moving towards the east also. So this will begin affecting the outer bands of Hurricane Dorian, as we can see up to the north of it eventually. We're hoping that this push comes before the eye wall gets too close to Florida, because that's going to be the difference between just some tropical storm force winds with a few trees down to major devastation with high storm surge and 100-mile-an-hour plus winds. Now, the National Weather Service, the local office there out of Miami, has a lot of statements issued. We're looking at Palm Beach here, where we have a rip current statement, hurricane local statement, hazardous weather outlook, tropical storm warning, hurricane watch, storm surge warning. So that's a lot to look out for. We have this here from tonight all the way through Wednesday with lingering thunderstorms through Wednesday night, and finally some good weather on Thursday. So in the meantime, we just need to be on high guard. Make sure that you have a plan in effect. You have somewhere to go if you need to evacuate. You have supplies in case you lose power for 2 weeks. You have enough food to get through if nobody can come in to help you and your neighborhood is devastated. So with our current track on forecast just off the coast of Florida, we're seeing that we're going to have some storm surging along the central east coast, and then likely up into the Carolinas. So as it stands now, the strong winds will be scathing the eastern coast of Florida, and I do feel like this is a very good forecast. It's just so close that the most minor change is going to be extremely life-changing for some people. So right now we have So I'll leave this statement up right now. I can go through and read it real quick so everybody's on the same page with what the National Weather Service is putting out. These are our tax dollars at work, so let's use them. They're very smart people. They say a prolonged period of catastrophic winds and storm surge will affect the Abaco Islands and Grand Bahama Islands tonight. Everyone there should take immediate shelter and not venture into the eye. Life-threatening storm surge and dangerous hurricane-force winds are expected along portions of the Florida East Coast through midweek, and storm surge and hurricane warnings are in effect. Only a slight deviation to the left of the official forecast would bring the core of Dorian near or over the Florida East Coast. Residents should listen to advice given by local emergency officials. There is an increasing likelihood of strong winds and dangerous storm surge along the coasts of Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina later this week. Residents in these areas should continue to monitor the progress of Dorian and listen to advice given by local emergency officials. Heavy rains, capable of producing life-threatening flash floods, are expected over the northern periods of the Bahamas and coastal sections of the southeast and lower mid-Atlantic regions of the United States through late this week.